All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. Hope you guys are doing all right, and we're back with another state of play today. Let's manifest some rebirth stuff, potentially, question mark, big fat emboldened question mark. I'm really excited for this. Today's been kind of a crazy day, right? Let's get right into this. I think the event starts in like 5 minutes here. Made it in just the nick of time. I had a pretty crazy day today. But we're here, and I'm really happy about that, right? Because any day where there's potential for there to be more news on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is a day where I've got to sit my ass down here and check this stuff out with you guys live on stream, on camera. So here we are. But yeah, today's been kind of insane. We got a state of play here, as you guys can probably tell. It starts in like 4 minutes. And then there was also a Nintendo Direct, I believe, right? Unfortunately, I couldn't make it to that one. But I did catch some of the highlights of it. So I'll probably check those out later on for like a separate video that I'll make for YouTube off stream. But I did kind of see what was announced in those. I didn't watch like the trailers or anything. Kind of cool. A lot of Mario based stuff, right? Mario versus Donkey Kong is kind of cool. It's one of my favorite games growing up. I played that a lot in the Game Boy Advance. And it looks like they're bringing that back to the Nintendo Switch, like a slightly remastered and revamped version, which is kind of sick. So yeah, we might check that out at some point down the line on stream. But yeah, of course, we are here today for the elephant in the room, which is potentially, very, very likely more Final Fantasy VII Rebirth stuff in the State of Play September 14. I know some people who are saying that if there isn't anything on this game, which is going to be very unlikely, right? But if there isn't anything on this in this game, then they will probably still show off some stuff later down the line this month at Tokyo Game Show as well. So a lot of events to look forward to for more FF7 Rebirth things. And yeah, honestly, I am not, I'm not, you know, thinking that they're not going to show off anything here or anything like that. I have my expectations pretty high, even though I typically go in with low expectations to things, right? Simply because the game, I'd assume, is going to come out pretty soon in the next couple months, like in early 2024. We're already approaching the end of the year here pretty rapidly. Before we all know it, the year's going to be over. Time just going by really fast. Especially since we're having good times with all these crazy games coming out left and right. But yeah, I think early 2024, a lot of people are saying February or March is when this game's going to be out. So leading up to then, we're probably going to get like a lot of news and trailers and reveals and stuff like that. So yeah, I can't wait. I'm strapped in. Seatbelts are fastened. And yeah, we're ready to go here in exactly 2 minutes, or 60 seconds, rather, less than a minute now, apparently, for this state of play. September 14th, 2023. Really excited for this. In advance, thank you so much to anyone who might stop by the stream, right? Always a fun thing to check out these events with you guys. They're always so exciting, and I know there's always something for all of us to look forward to in these, right? And it's just always a good time. So thank you guys very much. And of course, for all the support on the channel and YouTube and stuff like that. It's been a crazy week for me on YouTube as well. The impressions video I posted in Ever Crisis kind of popped off, and I'm very grateful for that. Thank you guys for checking that out and for the positive response in the comments. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to everything else. So here we go. Come on, 60 seconds. Cannot wait, man. The countdown has begun. Typically, like, they start doing their own countdown in like the last minute or so. But right now, you still got the ominous state of play sign. The ominous Sony sign. But here we go, lads. Hopefully everything is coming in loud and clear. Really do hope me that that's the case. Because the last thing I want on one of these things is to like have a muted stream or something, but I think we're okay. Oh no, premiere will begin shortly. It went from 60 seconds to shortly. Oh god. I love how someone in the chat is like Dark Cloud 3. Yeah, that's right. There are all these like crazy messages incoming about what people are predicting, what people want. I've seen a lot of Spider-Man 2. I'm seeing a lot of I think yeah, that's really about it. Spider-Man 2 is like flooding the chat. I'm pretty sure they're gonna show, oh yeah, Death Stranding 2. Oh man, my man, let's go. Death Stranding 2 stuff. Who knows, potentially. It's a first-party game. It's an interesting one. Death Stranding 2 is a first-party game, or just Death Stranding in general. It's first-party, but by a third-party company, right? Kojima Productions is a third-party partner of Sony. So, and I believe at this event, they're only showing off third-party things. So I don't know if Death Stranding 2 is a likely possibility here. I'm not really holding my breath, weirdly, but hey, I'm all for surprises, right? Really, the only thing I'm going into this anticipating is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I think we're going to get another trailer for it and some more gameplay and potentially a character reveal, right? These are my big predictions for this trailer. We're potentially going to get a character reveal, right? That could be Sid, that could be Kate, that could be Vincent. I don't think they're going to show off Vincent personally. I think they're going to save him for last. I think he's going to be in like the launch trailer or something like that, or you'll see like a really brief kind of like teaser for the character. But I definitely think Sid and Kate are fair game. I think showing off Kate would be a really, really smart move. Okay, here we go. 5 minutes on the stream's on. I think showing off Kate would be huge, and I'll tell you guys why. Because Kate in the original Final Fantasy VII, Kate Sith, or Kate Shi as some people call him, he wasn't a particularly amazing character gameplay-wise, or narratively too, right? He was sort of okay, right? He was like goofy comic relief, but in gameplay terms, he wasn't very fun. A lot of his attacks were left up to chance and luck, and the whole dice rolling thing may have been unappealing to a lot of people, including myself. I wasn't really too big on the character. So clearly a lot of stuff that they can revamp there with his character for a remake or rebirth here in this case, which I'm looking forward to. So if they can show off something like a character who I think would be kind of difficult to revamp, right? And they can show us a really cool version of him in a trailer before the game comes out, that will be really good marketing for the game, because it will be showing off, number one, a character who's in the original, who we haven't seen before for Rebirth. We saw a little bit of him in Remake, which is kind of cool. And number two, that they know how to basically redo these parts from the original and make them look really cool. So like instill confidence in us that the game is going to be redoing parts of the original in a really satisfactory way, right? That's going to kind of blow our minds. I think in that regard, it would be really good marketing if they showed off like Kate Sith stuff, and made him look like really cool. But yeah, that's just me randomly spitballing here. I'm hoping for like a character reveal or something for Rebirth. Some of the characters in Act 2 of Final Fantasy VII, up until the Northern Crater, which is where everyone thinks this game is going to end. I don't even know if they're going to show any Rebirth stuff today, and I'm out here like confidently saying things I want to see in a freaking trailer today. That's how confident I am. But hey, it's not just me, okay? Literally everyone in the Final Fantasy VII fandom is confident as hell that there's going to be something today for this thing. So hey, it's not just me. But yeah, I'm hoping for a character reveal, maybe some gameplay of like all the epic set pieces from when you're exploring the open world. This Midgar Zalem fight, right? We saw a little sneak peek of the Mithril Mines fight with Elena in the last trailer, right? Just like in Remake, I'm sure they're going to turn a lot of the encounters with certain characters from the original game into fights. So kind of like in Remake, we had that one fight with Reno in the church. That wasn't a fight in the original. They're probably going to do more of those, and we're seeing them do more of those already with stuff like the Elena fight in the Mithril Mines. And just way more down the line. I can't think of any other specific examples we may run into, but I cannot freaking wait for this game. It's going to probably be, assuming that they do it right, which I have confidence that they will. I think when everything is said and done and completed, right, by the end of this decade, I want to say, based off of absolutely nothing, right, so far, but just the content of that second act of the original alone, that Part 2, Rebirth, might just end up being my favorite game in the trilogy, but I don't know, we'll see. Right, because that's a very flimsy statement to make, because this is not even taking into account all the new directions that they're going with the game and the story, right? The timeline stuff, the Zack stuff, the Destiny stuff, all of that. So we have no idea what to predict in that department. So it's kind of like anyone's guess how this game is what is going to be entailed by this game. But just knowing that they're going to be at the very least touching on the original story beats in some way, and the areas of them in some way, while incorporating that stuff, very exciting to look forward to. And yeah, I just can't wait. Hoping we see some summons too in this trailer. Well, there's so many more summons we have yet to encounter and unlock in the story and the gameplay. But all right, here it is, ladies and gents, the state of play. Oh, what are we starting with here? Give it to me. Oh my god. Okay, that font looks exciting. That font they use is typically exciting shit. Wait, what is this? This is definitely not FF7 Rebirth. It's definitely a person who isn't from FF7 Rebirth. Oh, wait, never mind. It's Dr. Gast. That's Aerith's dad. That's who that is.
Okay, no problem.
What is this game?
Okay, well...
What are people saying in the chat?
Yeah, that might be a...
GTA 6. About people are memeing in chat. Starfield DLC.
Okay. Okay.
The heck is this game? A walking simulator, not by Kojima. Oh shit, is it one of those kind of games like
Sucks.
that have like really difficult challenges, like only up or something, and a bunch of streamers are gonna play it? I wonder.
Right. Oh yeah, post. Post. Alright. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Tree. And
That's definitely what this is. I think, I don't know.
Mate, are you okay? You look sad.
oh, hey, Mike. No. That's sad. I was just taking a break from my run. So road's out.
Yeah, road's out, but no worries. Grapple points.
Why am I getting Joaquin Phoenix vibes from this dude?
I'll just grapple. I'll grapple it.
Yeah, just grapple with a grappling hook.
Really sounds like
yeah,
him.
I'll just grapple that fucker with my grappling hook.
Yeah, no worries. Just grapple that fucker.
I'll just grapple that fucker.
Yeah, good. All right. Well,
It's like his character from Her, but with his voice.
Yeah, all right. I'll just pull out my grappling hook. Well, I don't know where my... Oh,
What is this game? Like a disgruntled sleepyhead who just got out of bed with bed hair. Baby steps. Okay then. Yeah, this is definitely that kind of game. Right. You just have to keep going higher and higher or something like that. Like
Hi, I'm
only
Sean
up
Benson.
and
Here at PlayStation,
getting
our
over
team
it.
is always on the
I
lookout
don't know.
for creative, inspiring, and original games to bring to
Gotta be,
PlayStation
right?
players around the world. We are constantly canvassing game development studios as we search for the next exciting idea. And as you just saw, Baby Steps is a great example of the innovative spirit that we're looking for. In today's State of Play, we've got a wide variety of games to share with you. My hope is
looks like that
these
dude in the bucket
demonstrate
with
the
hammer.
diversity
Yeah,
of
only
experiences
what's it
coming to
called?
PlayStation consoles
Getting
and
over it?
PSVR 2.
Yeah, true. What's up,
On
whatever?
that note, I'm very excited.
Thank
to
you for
welcome
dropping in, man.
PlayStation
I
players
appreciate
to
that a lot.
Roblox. This infinite variety of 3D immersive experiences is making the jump to PS4 on October 10th. Roblox features full cross-platform support.
It's definitely
so
the
you can
spirit
join
of those kind of
66
games.
million daily active users across PC, mobile, and other platforms. We can't wait for you to explore millions of experiences together and to see what you create. All right, let's dive in. Starting with a look at two great games.
Is this some
coming
game
to
presentation
PlayStation
event?
VR
Yes,
2.
this is the State of Play, where they are unveiling more trailers for new games by Sony's third partners and games that have already been revealed, so it's like a huge deal.
Welcome to the
So we might potentially
Ghostbusters.
get more
You
stuff
might
on
be
Final
new
Fantasy
here,
VII
but we
Rebirth,
have a
which
job
a lot
to
of
get
people
done.
are very, very
Let's
excited
see,
for,
everyone
myself
say it
included.
yourself. So get
Spider-Man
geared up
2, which is
and
another
join
one that
the
people
team.
are really looking forward to. And a bunch of other titles too. Some we've seen, some we haven't seen.
Luckily, you'll have access
So
to
yeah, really
latest
the only reason we're
Ghostbusting
watching this
gadgets
today
if you can earn them. We're
is for
talking
pretty much
turrets,
Final Fantasy
shields,
VII Rebirth.
decoys, and so much more.
Which I'd be surprised if they didn't unveil, but if they didn't, there's still a good chance we'll see it at Tokyo Game Show. In like 6 days, I
You need to
think.
be ready for anything. Before you'll be ready to take on the Ghost Lord.
Interesting. It's being announced for the first time. Ghostbusters for VR.
Ghostbusters.
Cool.
Rise of the Ghost Lord.
Oh yeah, and these guys, mini puffs, they can be a real pain in the...
PSVR. Oh, I forgot about this. Right, they're doing RE4 Remake in VR. It looks sick. First time I saw this trailer, it actually kind of, you know, made me feel inclined to buy a VR set at some point just to try this out. Cannot wait for this game's DLC. When is it going to be announced, man? It's got to be at TGS. This was such a fun game, man. Holy shit. One of the most replayable games I've played. I know shit when I say it's like, when I make my tier list for all the games that I've played this year, like I normally do, it's definitely going to be up there. Very high up there on the tier list. Probably my top 3 games I've played this year so far. Elsewhere, another mission is on our way. What the hell is this DLC? What is going on? Separate ways?
This is Condor 1. President's daughter, Baby Eagle. It's likely she's in this village.
What?
I'm
Co-op?
seeing increased movement from Los Eliminados. Don't get careless.
Oh, snap. Here we go.
Copy. Ada out.
This is Ada's DLC, isn't it?
Terrible actions. will be
Separate
done
ways.
insane.
All right.
Who will pay its dark cost?
Time to play the original, because I haven't.
Find Lewis. Fetch me the amber.
Oh, shit, we got
Have you
Wesker.
changed, Ada? Or are you just trying to use me again?
Because in this world, someone always pays.
There's someone who needs my help.
That's kind of
Best not
awesome.
to ask who or why.
Separate
It's what I
ways.
researched for all these years, Ada. And I see the symptoms already showing in your eyes.
September 21? What? That's like in 7 days. That's a week. The DLC comes out in a week. Mother flipper, stop. Stop with all the releases at the same time. That's insane, man. What the fuck? Just casually announce separate ways during the state of play? Oh, man. Oh, it's true. They're making an Avatar game as well. Forgot about this one.
I am Navi.
Now, you are what I made you!
Looking forward to Separate Ways, man. Now I gotta play the original one because I haven't played the original one.
I was abducted by the RDA and trained in their ways. For 15 years, they kept me from my world and my people.
Wait. You have the mark. You are Sorrento. The poor child knows nothing of our ways. Let Home Tree be a refuge from your burdens.
I must seek those who can teach me the ways of the Navi and help me reconnect with my world.
Follow me.
It was a good looking game. Jeez. Pretty sick. I totally forgot about this one. Yeah, we've seen
You are starting
stuff for it
to think
before.
like a Navi. Now, we will teach you to ride like one. Now Pandora is under attack again.
Very colorful and vibrant game. Rip streamer bitrate while playing though.
I will not allow the RDA to destroy this land. This is my home.
The Navi will fight on your side against the RDA.
Oh, weird trailer hiccup. That was weird. Guy repeated himself there.
I am Navi, and I will protect Pandora. Sivako!
Oh yeah, it looks like a sick trailer. Hope the game's good. December 7th, damn. Another game coming out by the end of the year that might potentially be a bomb-ass game.
Longer.
The hell's this?
Faster! much better equipped.
I'm just thinking it's pretty fucking cool that they unveiled Separate Ways DLC during Sony State of Play. I wasn't expecting that.
We need him ready.
I thought that would either be at Capcom's own event or during TGS. Ghost Runner. What do we got here? New controller? Or are they just showing off a cool animation for it like they always do? Sony loves their controller animations and controller loading screens, if you will. New console colors? Question mark? You don't get those colors for the controllers, but I guess you can now get those for the faceplates as well for the consoles. Deep Earth Collection. Yeah, PS5 console covers, true that. Oh my god, okay. Okay. Dude, god damn it. Stop giving me shivers and timbers and goosebumps.
Hi,
Sony. Literally every time they hit me with their bomb-ass new PlayStation logo, I'm like, it's either Death Stranding 2 or Final Fantasy 7.
Starting on the ship's bridge, preparing to select our mission from the galactic war map. Once cleared for mission engagement, it's time to go into your helipod and prepare for planetfall.
DS2 is kind of unlikely though, yeah. I would shit bricks if they show us anything DS2 related. Death Stranding 2, I feel like we are a long way away from seeing more stuff on.
Bile Titan. I think it's this way. There's some enemies here.
I feel like Kojima Productions is that one, like Kojima and his studio, that one studio that really take their time and do not show off anything until they're like absolutely ready and confident with what they're making, you know?
Oh god, no, it's the Bile Titan! Oh, I died. Reinforcing. Oof, I have to run. Alright, I'm back.
Forgot about Helldivers.
Can you guys take him out?
Didn't realize they made a sequel.
Yeah, I'll try to take him down from the side. Reload my recoilers.
I had a friend who played a lot of the first one a long time ago.
I got enemies on my back as well. Oh, there's a charger here.
I'm gonna take out the Brood Commander.
He's charging me.
We take out the charger with recoilers.
Alright.
Reload way.
Nice. I'm gonna thin out the crowd a little bit.
There are a lot of them coming. My guard dog is taking care of the little ones. Oh!
I'm throwing out the strafing run to try to take out the small guys.
It's kind of amusing looking at the chat occasionally.
Oh. I'm sorry. One small death for the Helldivers. Reinforcing.
Okay, should we do something? Should we strategize?
I'm drawing his attention. Alright, I don't think I have an option. We need to throw in the 500 kilogram bomb. Throwing it out.
Oh god, he's coming for me.
Getting out of the way.
There.
The funniest part about watching gameplay trailers like these, for multiplayer games, is that the players talking with one another in these trailers are not at all how players would actually talk to one another.
Players are rewarded for their efforts, allowing them to upgrade their ship, weapons, armor, and stratagems, giving them the edge in the many battles to come. I hope you enjoyed seeing a glimpse of just one of the many missions and planets the game has to offer. Now go out there and spread managed democracy.
Yeah, that's true. They normally never even play the games like people will actually end up playing them, you know? Helldivers 2. Pre-order now to get the Diver Hell helmet. Hey, more Spidey 2 stuff. Cool. People are really excited for this game. Looks very good.
This is Ryan Intihar, Senior Creative Director at Insomniac Games. Thank you for all of your amazing feedback to our demo at the showcase earlier this year. Marvel Spider-Man 2 is filled with an amazing story and story missions. But today I'm here to provide you with a first look at how the open world experience is evolving and how the game is built to take full advantage of the PlayStation 5. The first thing you'll notice is that our city has nearly doubled in size with the addition of 2 iconic New York boroughs, Queens and Brooklyn.
Giving us a nice gameplay overview.
Web wings, an entirely new mechanic that, when combined with web swinging, allows you to traverse the city in a whole new way and at faster speeds than ever before. Whether it's the neighborhood backdrop of Queens or the fireworks that light up the sky over Coney Island, exploring these areas will feel much different than the towering skyscrapers of Manhattan, while also delivering memorable locales like Peter Parker's old stomping grounds in Midtown High and Miles Morales' current place of learning, Brooklyn Visions Academy.
Hey Miles, what's up?
Speaking of our heroes, Marvel Spider-Man 2 will introduce the ability to switch between the 2 wall crawlers in the open world, and thanks to the power of the PlayStation 5, you can make that switch almost instantly.
Yep, lightning fast
SSD. Playing as not 1 but 2 spider heroes were big goals for Marvel Spider-Man 2. But this time around, it was equally important to provide a greater sense of exploration and discovery. As you progress through the main story, a number of new activities and storylines will become available. The majority of those will now be represented by visual cues in the world that grab your attention, such as a flock of Kraven's Talon drones circling a building, a mysterious symbol projected into the sky, or even an unfamiliar spider-bot ping emitting from one of the rooftops. Many activities, like the Hunter's cloaked blinds that overlook the Big Apple, lead to even greater challenges, yet yield worthy rewards and new information about Marvel's greatest hunter, Kraven.
It's kind of awesome.
Others will lead to a climactic showdown with Marvel villains not yet seen in this Spider-Man universe. The Spider Heroes have new AR tech in the lenses of their masks, providing a quick glimpse of activities already discovered, or helping locate new ones yet to be revealed. You can always refer to the upgraded Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man app to quickly track nearby areas of interest. The app will also include incoming requests from those who call Marvel's New York home. Some will ask for either Spider Hero to help, while others, like the students of Brooklyn Visions calling upon Miles, will require you to put on the mask of a specific hero. All these activities, including crimes you stop from the game's various enemy factions, also now feed into the new District Progress system, which even provides more rewards and unlocks our brand new fast travel system. As you can see here, the PlayStation 5 and its SSD means you can move across the city with very little downtime. Finally,
that's great.
The more city you explore and the more activities you complete, the more ways you'll be able to customize your Spider Hero. This includes mastering additional combat abilities and traversal skills, acquiring and improving gadgets, upgrading through the new suit tech system, and of course, unlocking additional spider suits. And we're talking lots and lots of suits.
Most important part of these games.
Marvel Spider-Man 2 will feature over 65 suits from the comics, movies, and multiple original designs. And thanks to the all-new suit style system, you'll now have more than 200 different ways to outfit.
Gotta hand it to these devs. Insomniac are fucking awesome.
On behalf of Insomniac Games, we couldn't be more excited about what this expanded city has to offer, and all the new ways you'll experience Marvel's New York. We look forward to seeing you swinging around in Marvel Spider-Man 2 when it launches October 20th, only on PlayStation 5.
I'm not as enthusiastic as most people are about the Insomniac Spider-Man games. I played the first one. I really liked it, but I didn't, I wasn't absolutely enamored with the whole thing and, really had to play Miles Morales as soon as it came out. And then I'm probably not going to play this on launch day either, but I'm sure it's going to be a thoroughly enjoyable game. And one thing I can absolutely respect about this company and the way they approach Spider-Man is they iterate upon each game, right? It's not like they take out things to kind of like bring in something else in the sequel, right? They keep everything from the last game, but then iterate and add new things and keep going from there. Like in the first one, it's only Peter, then they have Miles Morales, and then in Spider-Man 2 here, or technically the third, you play as both of them with like bigger and badder villains, more outfits, more activities, more fun web slinging. It's great. It's exactly what you want in a sequel. Played a bit of this game a long time ago. Is it getting an expansion? Tales of Arise?
That people will always doubt, hate, and reject.
I gotta finish this game. I was too much of a scrub. I couldn't grasp it. But I gotta finish it at some point. It was a nice game.
All differences must be erased. Once there are no differences.
What's that game? That's Tales of Arise. Surprisingly fun game. Right, it's a nice if you like JRPGs or want to play more modern ones, it's a great way to kind of experience them.
What we call
Pretty long-running franchise. I didn't even hear about it until I played Tales of Arise a couple years ago.
Is as certain as the collapsing and converging of the past and present. I called out to you and you came. The future is like a labyrinth.
This is that one, this is Honkai Star Rail.
An inducement.
A lot of people have been playing this, right?
One real path.
These games have been hugely popular in the past couple of years. Kind of interesting. Stuff like Honkai and then Genshin Impact.
Are each other's destiny.
Hey, Beth Vegas! Having a great time? I hope you're all ready for the Foam Stars Open Beta Party!
Got burned out when you play one of the FFs. Guess it was 8. That's fair, right? Teach their own.
The Foamtastic 4 vs 4 Party!
That's the beauty of video games, man. That's why you gotta love video games. There's just so many different kinds. Case in point.
Two insanely fun game modes. Smash the star!
Like the story but can't deal with their fight system. It's a pretty, yeah, that's like, that's kind of normal. That's like most people who find it difficult to get into those kind of games. It's because of like the turn-based style of it. Completely understandable. Weirdly, I'm in a boat where I really like the turn-based systems of the Final Fantasy games. Like the traditional JRPG kind of turn-based system. But I cannot, for the life of me, it's so weird, man. I cannot get into newer turn-based styles that are more evolved, kind of like in XCOM and Baldur's Gate, which came out recently, Divinity. A lot of like modern turn-based systems, weirdly, I find difficult to kind of get into myself. But if you give me a Final Fantasy game, oh man, I'm gonna play that for hours.
We've been having a blast with Foam Stars.
Yeah, I should play FFs on YouTube. Definitely play what you enjoy, right?
Open beta kicks off later this month. Before we wrap up,
if you're not enjoying something, don't force yourself to play it.
For us today. They're hard at work at Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Let's go!
An ambitious follow-up to the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy VII Remake.
All right.
Let's see what's in store for one of next year's most anticipated games.
All right. Saving the best for last again. Here we go.
Ending.
All right, I'm gonna shut up.
At least, that's what everyone's saying.
What? I fucking knew it. I knew it.
Sky, I don't like it.
Cloud's still in a coma. Oh my god, Shin'en Cannon.
Welcome to the New World Order.
Oh shit. Rufus's inauguration, man. Oh shit, this looks good. Let's go.
Just close your eyes.
The minigame.
Listen. Tell me you can't hear that.
Oh, Cosmo Canyon.
Planet runs out of energy. It and everything on it dies.
We can overcome our fate.
Am I the same as these monsters?
Yes.
Am I even human?
The Nibelheim incident, morph it.
We're looking for Sephiroth. Think you can find him?
Oh,
let's go! I knew it.
Sephiroth. You see. So you heeded the call too, did you?
Yes.
What are you talking about?
As you can see, your brothers down there are having a little get-together.
Game of the year 2024.
They're our best chance of finding Sephiroth.
Yeah. I ask because I suspect there's soldiers suffering from cellular degradation.
Who the hell is that?
Deceived. You know the truth. Trust in me.
Sephiroth!
The Midgar Solemn. The Midgar Solemn, man. Wait. Is that the... No, that's... Let's go. That's a bossy fight before you go up to Junin. Oh my god, the synergy attacks. Kate's... This is what I was saying before the trailer. They're going to show Kate. And they did. Oh my god. The best trailer ever. Alexander? That's Alexander right there. Oh hell yeah, like best summon in FF7. Besides, fucking Odin, my favorite summon of all time. The Gold Saucer. That's the greatest trailer ever. The Gold Saucer minigames, man.
Excuse me. Could you look after my friend? Just for a bit.
Zach's timeline? Oh my god.
A weapon?
Tutelary creatures, set only to appear when the planet is in grave danger.
They're showing the weapons in Rebirth?
Disturb my
Vincent?
slumber. It's upon us.
That
The
soon?
reunion. When worlds merge. I'm waiting, Cloud.
Dude. Greatest fucking trailer ever. And we got the release date, February 29th, 2024 on 2 discs, of course. Jesus, man. Oh, what is that? Twin pack?
We
What is
hope
that
you
guy?
enjoyed that new look at Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
Loved it.
It's coming to PlayStation 5 on February 29th. And that's all for State of Play. Thanks for watching.
Oh
and
my
we'll
god,
see you next time.
if that's like the only trailer we get between now and when the game comes out, I will be totally okay. They showed me everything I wanted and more. You guys remember how before we began this stream reacting to the State of Play today, we were like, they're probably going to show off Kate Sith. That was my big brain prediction, and it was a big brain prediction in hindsight. I was like, the best thing they can do is show off Kate to show how they took a character who was kind of difficult to work with and would be difficult to remodel for a remake and show what they've done with him. And they showed what they did with him, which we got to go back and play what they did with him. But from what I can tell, he looks pretty amazing. And all to kind of like establish to the player that they know what the hell they're doing at Rebirth, like in terms of making the changes they need to make and stuff like that. Oh, that was such a sick trailer. They got to go through that again, man. I'm sorry, Spider-Man Sue. I can't even commentate on what's happening with you. Hell yeah, I made that rhyme. But, oh man, that trailer was so good. And we got Vincent at the end. And that, what I was saying before we saw this whole thing was that Vincent was going to be showed off closer to the release date. If we were going to see him at all, that is. And I didn't think we would actually see him. I thought they would just save him for like the game itself. But no, they're just showing, they're just like ripping the band-aid off and showing everything here, you know? All the glorious freaking remake sauce. Love it. Let's go. Well, that was like a 7 out of 10 state of play until they showed this stuff at the end, and it went out to like a 17 out of 10, right? Take the Final Fantasy 7, take the 7 of that, add a 10 to that, and you got a 17. You got a 17 out of 10. That was insane. We got to go look up this trailer, man. FF7 Rebirth. State of Play trailer. Oh yeah, 1 minute ago. And it's only 3 minutes long, right? Oh man, we got to go through this shit frame by frame. So, like I did with the last analysis trailer I did, or last analysis I did of the Rebirth trailer from the Summer Games Fest, probably because like this is all like fresh thoughts and we just saw the trailer. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like an immediate sort of like analysis of this, see what I can see, find what I can find, understand what I can understand, and we'll go over all of those as best as I can right now. And then I'll sleep on this stuff. I'll see what other people are saying, and I'll kind of compile my own thoughts and theories based off of those. And I'll like probably do another follow-up reaction if it warrants one for the YouTube video that goes up with this. But I can't believe it, man. This is insane. Like we all knew, right? We all knew we were gonna see more Rebirth stuff, but this.
At least that's what everyone's saying. The world's ending.
Okay, things are definitely still processing because this was uploaded a minute ago, I think. That's why this is kind of jittery here and there.
The world's ending.
Gotta find a different trailer. 1 minute ago, okay. By Final Fantasy themselves, okay.
The world's ending. At least that's what everyone's saying.
Who? Okay, so who's saying the line? Let's first establish that. I think it's Marl from FF7 Remake. The voice kind of reminds me of that. This is what's nuts to me, by the way. So yeah, confirmed. The last trailer we saw, the way it started was this crazy hurricane that killed everything and everyone. Our party from the original Final Fantasy VII is dead and gone in Zach's timeline here, right? They showed all of them being taken away in a helicopter. And we kind of established this is going to be Zack's timeline. So Zack walks into Midgar, which has been ruined by this catastrophic event due to like all the crazy timeline shit that happened in the remakes timeline that we were playing through, right? And he walks in with Cloud because Zack didn't die from the Whispers with them gone, and that's what triggered all this craziness, right? Killing the Harbinger and killing Fate, and kind of getting all timelines to sort of weirdly, I think, either converge or timelines to split as a result of the Whispers not being there. We'll see. It's insane. But essentially, Zack lived. He's back in Midgar in his own timeline, or if there's one timeline, assuming that, in our timeline with Cloud, while the rest of the party has gone ahead and they're doing their own thing. But yeah, this is definitely another timeline. Anywho, so moving on.
That's
so,
what everyone's saying.
Here's Zack with Cloud.
I don't like it.
And the last trailer we saw for Rebirth showed a Cloud at the northern crater as one of the hooded men who was called by the reunion, right? And we're all kind of thinking right now that that could be this Cloud, and I'm still kind of choosing to latch onto that theory. I still do believe that one. I think that this Cloud is still going to remain in a coma, and this is exactly what I was saying way back when we finished Remake, right? That Cloud is not going to wake up from his coma. Initially, I thought he would die. Now I think he's going to remain in a coma, and he'll be taken to somehow, because he'll still be in his like comatose state, he'll be more easy to influence by Sephiroth, and he'll be summoned to the northern crater, right? Alongside all of the other hooded men.
This sky, I don't like it.
Pickle, what's up, man? Have you finished State of Play? I don't want to spoil nothing. Yup, I did. We reacted to the whole thing. It fucking blew my mind into a million and one pieces, the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth trailer at the end, because I was talking about how before we saw it, they were going to show us a bunch of stuff that I thought would be really cool. Not only did they show us that stuff, but they also showed us shit that I thought they were not going to show us and would show us closer to the release date. So this trailer is fucking jam-packed, and we are going through it bit by bit right now. But thank you for dropping in, Pickle. I really do appreciate that, man. Hope you're having a good one.
Ready to fight.
Right, I forgot about the separate ways thing as well. $40 to separate ways for RE4 is a little steep, dude. I forgot they mentioned the price. It was free in the OG. Oh, damn, that sucks. Well, maybe it's a really like ambitious kind of DLC for the remake. Who knows?
One saying.
This sky, I don't like it.
So that's Aerith talking, right? She talks about how the sky frightens her in Crisis Core. This is not new. And then, you know, at the end of Remake, she talks about how the steel sky frightened her. And Zack's looking out at the sky, probably thinking of Aerith in his own timeline, right? And how he wishes she could see this view. And sorry, what did the words say here? The world will be saved. But will you? Oh, damn, interesting.
I don't like it.
Right, again, kind of like hinting at the fact that we are going to defy fate. We're going to defy destiny. Which established for us in the original Final Fantasy VII that what happened at the end of that was an ending where the planet kind of, like the live stream kind of, it ended things for humanity, but it preserved the life of its own self, right? The live stream is there to kind of like protect the planet, right? And the planet was protected, but at the cost of a lot of humanity, I think, which is what it was showing at the end of Advent Children's post-credit scene with Red 13. And Red 13 in Final Fantasy VII Remake, when he sees that future, he goes, this is a sign of things to come if we don't do what we're going to do here today, which is defy fate, right? So he was alluding to the fact that that was not, you know, a good outcome for the world. And so I guess what they're alluding to here is that with all this timeline stuff going on with Final Fantasy VII Remake's continuity, that we're going to have a chance to actually get a good outcome for the world, a good ending for the world. And there is a bit of ambiguity to that, though, right? Because while we may save the entirety of the world, what will happen to the characters? So it could be potentially alluding to the fact, and we're going in like spoilery territory, that we might save the world, but some of our characters are going to die potentially. Like Aerith might die again. I definitely think that's going to happen. They're making us think that that's not going to happen, that they're going to, that with all this crazy stuff going on with the split timelines, we're going to be able to change it, but I don't think so. So I think it might be a bit of foreshadowing. We'll see. Sorry, it's just my thoughts going wild with this stuff.
Welcome to the New World Order.
Rufus's inauguration, this part was fucking mind-blowing. It looks like so much better than what I dreamed it would be, right? Every single little moment in this game that they're showing off that I imagined for so long before we would see it in Remake's continuity, it looks freaking glorious.
Fire!
This is amazing, and I love that they showed this too, right? We all knew it was going to be in the game. I thought about this scene for so long, man. Like, weirdly, whenever I would think about some of the, you know, smaller mini games and moments that they would put into a remake for Final Fantasy VII, before the remake, the first one even came out, for years, right? My mind would always go back to this part. I was like, what will the part where the soldiers have to march during Rufus's inauguration look like, right? And we get to see it here, and it looks freaking glorious. And I love how in the Remake's version, or let's call it Rebirth, of course, in Rebirth's version, Cloud is actually leading the troops. He's not actually, so I assume you're not going to run through an alleyway and kind of sneak your way into the back of the line. You're actually going to be leading them. And I love how he has the Buster Sword to make him identifiable. I cannot wait for all the parts in Rebirth where the characters have to like shift into other costumes and stuff, because I don't think, with the exception, of course, of the whole Don Corneo thing, right, and Wall Market and the cross-dressing and stuff, there were no like crazy moments where the characters had to like swap outfits. But in Rebirth, they're gonna go wild with that stuff because of this part here, but also during the ship part at Costa del Sol, where you were going from Junon to Costa del Sol, right, on the ship, and you're all dressed up as sailors and shit.
Close your eyes and listen. Tell me you can't hear that.
Okay, wait.
Just close your eyes.
Oh man. The open world, or the open zones, look so sick, right? The fact that you're running through the greenery of the original Final Fantasy VII on its open world map, right? But you're getting to see glimpses of what makes the world of Final Fantasy VII the world of Final Fantasy VII. Broken down machinery, reactors, diesel punk, cyberpunk technology. It's crazy.
Eyes and listen.
This has got to be, even my dog's going crazy out there. Oh, where is this? I know where this is, I think. I think this is underneath Junon, right? The little, what's the little place called that you go to underneath Junon before the dolphin rides you up there, which I hope is still going to be in Rebirth, right? Where you, like, do CPR on Priscilla and stuff. That's what I think this place is.
Tell me you can't hear.
And here's Cosmo Canyon. I love how there's like a little sign for it there too. Oh my god, this is a wild ass trailer. Damn, I wish we could go in a higher resolution, but it's just like in the original. It's just like in the original, man. We got the observatory up there. Bugenhagen's probably vibing up there. Red 13's with us, of course. He has to be.
Hear that? Her rallying cry.
I don't know where this is. Tifa being awesome as always. There's like a shipwreck. They're probably just some part of the open world near Junon as you're going there. The gameplay stuff, man, and we analyzed this a bit last time, so I'll keep my eye open for snippets to tell us more. But yeah, like the idea of there being a PHS system is something that we're all kind of like believing is going to be the case, because sometimes we see characters who aren't listed here in combat being around us and kind of fighting from the sidelines, so we might be able to call in potentially.
And it runs out of energy. It and everything on it dies.
We can overcome our fate.
Am I the same as these monsters?
Man, this part was so dope, right? I love how in the Nibelheim incident, in Remake's version of it, or Rebirth, Sephiroth slices open the vat, right, containing this monster who's been juiced up on Mako and Genova cells.
Am I the same as these monsters?
And then his whole "am I the same as these monsters" part. Oh, that's so good. Oh, the Nibelheim incident is going to be so dope. Sephiroth discovering who he is and the decline of his humanity.
Am I even human?
Okay.
And can I just say, right, remember how everyone was saying the new Sephiroth voice actor isn't doing that great of a job. I'm not going to say anything else.
Okay, we're looking for Sephiroth. Think you can find him?
Oh, Sephiroth.
Man, Kate Sith's voice acting, though, is so good so far. Sephiroth. This is in the gold saucer when you first meet him. I love that they showed off more Kate Sith here.
Oh, Sephiroth.
Sephiroth.
So you heeded the call too, did you?
What are you talking about?
All right, we gotta watch that shit like 15 times. What's his gameplay like, right? So he can like morph in and out of his like normal cat crown person form and then into his like big fluffy bear thing.
So you heeded the call
while he's sitting on top of it.
What are you talking about?
Has like a drop kick attack as well. Triangle is usually... It's been so long since I played remakes, so I wish I'm definitely gonna play it more like down the line sooner to when like Rebirth comes out. So since I haven't played it in so long, I can't really like the controls and the mechanics of combat aren't super fresh in my mind, even though I know the game obviously. But if I remember right, you press triangle to do a character unique ability, right? So for Cloud, that's like Punisher mode. For Barret, I forget what that is. For I forget what it is for any other character, honestly. But yeah, I guess for like Kate Sith here, he has this like dropkick thing. And is it there when he's like, yeah, so Kitty Wallop.
So you heeded the call too.
So Kitty Wallop transforms him into the big animatronic thing and he's sitting on top of it.
Did you?
What are you talking about?
He was dropkick there, and who else was there in the fight? So he had Aerith and Cloud, and then he has like this little symbol there. Oh, is that like... it's got to be another unique mechanic. So you know how in the original Final Fantasy VII, Kate Sith's attacks are based on randomization? Like he would throw out dice, like those are his limit breaks, right? He would throw out a pair of dice, and then he would do a certain attack or a certain amount of damage or something based on the numbers. And so I guess this is like, when you do abilities with him, he's going to like pull out a random thing from a little mystery box, and that's what that is? I don't know.
Did you?
What are you talking about?
The buggy looks so cool, by the way. Is that Barret driving it?
As you can see.
Black Chocobo as well. So there's probably going to be Chocobo breeding, right? I hope so. Please, God, tell me there's going to be Chocobo breeding. And eventually, like, they're going to keep in the same minigame as, like, getting a golden Chocobo for part 3, whatever it's going to be called.
As you can see, your brothers...
I guess the black chocobo in this game, its unique property is going to be it can climb walls. That would be so cool if that's the case.
Your brothers down there are having a little get-together.
I forgot about this part, man. Cloud on this little scooter thingy in Casa del Sol. Oh my god, this is great. It looks a lot less... what's the word for it? Saturated as I thought it was going to be, right? And then the blue chocobo can probably fly around. How high is he flying, though? Jesus.
Brothers down there are having a little get-together.
Your brothers down there are having a little get-together. I'm trying to listen to the dialogue as well. That's Hojo talking to Cloud at Casa del Sol about the hooded figures going to the Northern Crater, right, for the reunion. Interesting thing, though, is that I don't think Cloud, I'm trying to remember right now, right? In the original FF7, did Cloud know he was injected with those cells and that he's also being called to the Northern Crater before all that stuff is unveiled to him, like at the Northern Crater? Like, I don't think so. So I think, and Remake kind of also goes against that because Hojo starts to divulge information to Cloud about who he is a lot sooner than in the original game and Remake, right? There's that whole scene between him and Hojo where Hojo's like, my boy, you were never a first, right? And then there's probably another example of that in Casa del Sol where Hojo, or wherever this is going to be, right? I'm assuming it's Casa del Sol just because they're showing this here right now. And you meet him only like a handful of times between Midgar and the Northern Crater, and one of them is a Casa del Sol moment, which better show us Hojo in a Speedo, as disgusting as in a Speedo for comic relief game, by the way, random thought. But I think Hojo is telling us all this shit at Casa del Sol. But we can go a little further back, because I think he starts talking from...
As you can see, your brothers down there are having a little get-together.
Okay, my mistake. He's saying as you can see, meaning this is probably at the Northern Crater, like, because we see the clones kind of congregating there when we go to the Northern Crater in FF7. but we don't meet Hojo until after that, I don't think, where we give Sephiroth the black materia and everything goes to shit and then the weapons arise. So maybe they're shifting things around a little bit and you meet Hojo first and you see the reunion happening. I don't know. It's really exciting to think about.
They're our best chance of finding Sephiroth.
Yeah. I ask because I suspect there's soldiers suffering.
Also, who the hell is this guy? This is brand new, right? This is fucking awesome that we get to learn more about the Sephiroth clones.
I ask because I suspect there's soldiers suffering from cellular degradation.
Do not be deceived.
Cellular degradation, that's what Genesis and Angeal go through, right? So they're actually like embedding that part of the compilation's lore, which wasn't in the original Final Fantasy VII, about how certain types of humans with Genova cells in them will degrade over time, right? So like they're called G cells, right? So like Angeal and Genesis, the method through which they were created with Genova cells causes them to degrade because Hollander was kind of a moron. And I'm guessing that aspect of degradation kind of has made its way over to the clones as well.
They're our best chance of finding Sephiroth.
Yeah. I ask because I suspect there's soldiers suffering from cellular degradation.
Suspect they're soldiers. He says they're soldiers, right? Which, I mean, that would make sense because the same treatment that soldiers get to become who they are is what Hojo did to all the survivors of the Nibelheim incident, Cloud included. He inadvertently turned them into soldiers, except a majority of the people who he injected those cells into never had the proper conditioning to become soldiers. So even though they had the same blood as soldiers, they didn't have the abilities because they went into like, you know, into comas. They became absolute vegetables, Cloud included. But he managed to recover and ironically become Hojo's, you know, greatest success instead of greatest failure. He was his crowning achievement, basically. Oh, yo, what's up, Dave? Thank you so much for the lurk, man. I have family over. Gotcha. Enjoy your quality family time, man. And thank you very much for dropping by the stream. I do appreciate that a lot.
Do not be deceived. You know the truth. Trust in me.
Sephiroth!
Yeah, so this is just Sephiroth messing even more with Cloud. I'm having a hard time figuring out where this is. I think this could be... I don't even know where this is, right? Where the shit is this happening? There's so much stuff I don't get, and this is why I might make a follow-up trailer. Follow-up analysis to the trailer off stream once I kind of like collect my thoughts more, see what other people are saying, and then, you know, divulge more thoughts and theories on this stuff. But
degradation.
Right now, I want to know from you guys in the comments of this YouTube video eventually, or if anyone's in the neighborhood and Twitch chat who's also looking forward to FF7 Rebirth, like what you guys make of all this. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely know that I have a feeling I know what he's talking about. Like the degradation stuff is like relates to Angeal and Genesis, I feel like, but I don't even know who he is nor where this is happening. This is definitely not a character in the original. When I first saw this, right, just upon first glance while watching this trailer blind for the first time, I was like, is that Gast? But then I was like, no, it obviously can't be Gast, right? Because that dude dead. That dude died before... Yeah, before everything. Aerith was like 4 or 5 when he died.
Do not be deceived. You know the truth. Trust in me.
Sephiroth!
That's probably just Sephiroth from post-Advent Children messing with Cloud, or one of the clones projecting Sephiroth, because there are multiple Sephiroths running around, right? There's the post-Advent Children one. There is the one from the original game, which is basically the clones projecting Sephiroth with the Genova cells. Which is what the remake establishes as a new kind of Sephiroth. And then the actual original kind of Sephiroth, which are the parts of Genova that the clones are carrying, right, from the lab, or the ones that are moving on their own, I can't remember, that project Sephiroth. That's a Midgar Solemn right there. Oh my god. He looks fucking ferocious and terrifying. This is going to be a sick fight. I want this to be... This is my personal hope for this part. I want this to be an epic-ass set piece where we have to get on the Chocobo just like in the original, across the marshes to get to the Mithril mines, but that the Midgard's Zolem's going to be chasing our ass while we're on the Chocobo running. That would be so sick, man. So like a crazy motorcycle sequence from Remake and the original FF7, but for Rebirth and the Midgard's Zolem part. This is definitely the fight against that water serpent dragon thing before Cloud takes a dolphin to get up to Junin, which I hope is still going to happen.
Come on!
This is really sick. So Yuffie and Barret synergizing here. That's fucking awesome. Overcharge. That's Barrett's attack, right? So she puts up one of her jutsus or whatever those are and from Intergrade. And then Barret fires a shot through that that's like supercharged. That's so sick, man. And then Aerith is buffing Kate Sith here. Oh, these synergy attacks look sexy. Oh my god, I did not catch on to this. I was enamored with everything here that I didn't even notice that. Cloud and Sephiroth synergizing during the opening moments of this game, I'd assume, right? During the Nibelheim flashback. This is when they're already climbing Mount Nibel. This isn't against the dragon in the rain when the truck breaks down. That's a wallpaper right there. I can't wait for like a 1440 or 4K version of this. But that is a wallpaper right there, my friends. Jeez. When the game comes out and we stream it, that's definitely going to be the thumbnail of one of my streams. Holy shit. This game is cinematic as fuck, just like its predecessor. I mean, what more do you need to make the perfect trailer, ladies and gents? That's all I'm going to say at this frame. What more do you need? What more do you need than Alex? Sure. Odin as well. Odin, Alex, Knights of the Round in part 3 is going to be a big one. They're definitely not going to be in part 2. They're saving the best for last. Favorite summon ever. I will admit, though, I think Final Fantasy 16 spoiled me a little because that game had such a freaking gorgeous design for Odin. His design was fucking glorious in that game. And as much as I love him in Final Fantasy 7, oh man, it just can't top that, even though this is freaking beautiful as well. It's coming in with Zantazuken. The gondola taking you up to the Golden Saucer, of course. And they've got everything. They got Battle Square. They've got Chocobo Square. And oh my god, I want to fucking cry, man. They showed one of the mini games as classic original. And they have freaking Andrea here as well from... I didn't notice that the first time. They got Andrea from Wall Market and Remake at the Gold Saucer somehow. Oh my god, that's the dude. Is his name? What's his name again? From the original FF7? Dio, right? Dio, the guy who gives you the key and who locks you up first because he thinks you're a menace and you're dying and you're killing everyone. Oh, he looks sick. Oh my god. I love this game so much already, man. It's just... I'll be honest with you guys. Leading up to this game's release, I was really nervous, right? I was nervous that they were going to take out a lot of things to kind of factor in all the new story stuff that they're doing, right? With Zack, the alternate timelines, the future Sephiroth, right? But the fact that they're keeping everything I hold so near and dear to my heart from the original Final Fantasy VII fills me with unspeakable happiness, man. It really does. Like, they've got the races as well, and oh my god. If they can make it mechanically similar to the original as well, where you have to complete races to make the chocobos better to get a higher chance of inevitably getting a gold chocobo, oh my god, that would just be the icing on the cake. Best part of the entire trailer right here, right? And this is crazy, because isn't this exactly what Maximilian dude wanted as well, right? Call me crazy, but this is what he wanted. Like, he was talking about how for a while he's wanted the remake continuity at some part to factor in the original chibi, or not chibi, but, you know, polygonal Popeye arm models of the Final Fantasy VII characters from the original game. And that's exactly what this is. This is perfect. I didn't even think of this. This would be the best way to incorporate that stuff, right? Through like a Gold Saucer minigame. How sick is that? Look at that Cloud Stripe. There he is, his OG self. Left hook, right hook. It's like, it's the boxing minigame. And you can, of course, do the motorcycle minigame too from the original at the Golden Saucer. It's all here, man. It's cool how they're bringing back Kyrie.
Could you look after my friend?
Remember the good old days when he thought Kyrie was Yuffie before Intergrade? But that's great. So this is where I think, right? I'm basing this on like the fact that we see Cloud, presumably if this timeline becoming one of the hooded figures who goes to the reunion in Zack's timeline. I think that this is where they're going to split up. Something is going to maybe happen to Kyrie, or Cloud at some point will start being called by the reunion, and Kyrie will go, "Oh, what the hell are you doing? This blonde-haired dude is just taking off," right? And he takes off, and then Zack goes back to Kyrie, and he's like, "Where's Cloud?" And he's gone. He's already like on his way to like the Northern Crater, right? And this is happening while Zack is headed to the church, right, to look for Aerith. And that's when we see the scene in Intergrade where he doesn't find Aerith, and then he comes back to Kyrie. He's like, "Where's Cloud?" She's like, "Cloud's gone. That dude just took off," and he kept saying, "Reunion, reunion." He's gone. And then Zack goes after Cloud, and that's how Zack's journey in his timeline begins. That's my prediction right now.
For a bit.
He's like, "Keep this dude here for a bit, stash him away somewhere. I'm gonna be right back." And he books it to the church. He goes next door to Sector 5. Aerith's not there. Church is messed up. Goes all the way back to Kyrie. Cloud's not there. Shit, now I gotta go after Cloud. Who's this guy? Do we know who this is? Oh, it could just be... It's definitely not another Sephiroth clone, right? It's not one of the Hooded men.
A weapon?
It's too cool and mysterious. I love how they're swimming underwater and they can still speak normally.
Tutelary creatures, set only to...
Emerald weapon men. What the fuck is this game on right now? This is insane, man. I thought this was like going to be part 3 material. We all did. Shit, we thought the game was going to end, like collectively, the entirety of the FF7 fandom, right? Once again, this theory was popularized by Max Dude, but everyone thought that this game was going to end at the Northern Crater, right? That the weapons would attack, Sephiroth would summon Meteor, and the characters would be at their lowest, and then we would go into part 3, and it would begin with Tifa, and she has to find Cloud, right? But they're already showing the weapons right now, meaning... Well, maybe this is still possible, right? Maybe Emerald Weapon is just chilling in the water, and he's, like, non-aggressive before Sephiroth summons the Meteor, so that's why we see him before the Northern Crater, so it's still possible the game's gonna end before that, but we'll see.
To appear when the planet is in grave danger.
Yeah, they appear when the planet is in grave danger. Even Red 13's alluding to the fact that that's when they are kind of, you know, there to attack. But he's saying that they appear in general. So no, this has to be after Sephiroth summons Meteor. So we're actually going to see weapons in part 2. So when does this game end? Unless there's like some other event that is going to trigger the planet to kind of protect itself. Besides the Meteor, who the hell knows, man? Who the hell knows?
Grave danger.
Who dares disturb my slumber?
Fucking love Vincent's design in this, man. I forgot, right? In the original, he has like those spikes. He has spiky hair. It's not entirely slicked back, right? And that's exactly what his design is here. This is beautiful. He can't sit there. This is amazing. And right, like, that's the corridor in the Shinra Manor basement. But there's like an interesting little indent thing there right in the ground. Wonder what that's about. There's probably going to be way bigger than in the original game, because it was like a dinky dark corridor in the original game, and there's a chest there. I gotta open that. Give me the game on February 29 right now, Square Enix. I gotta open a chest. I'm seeing a chest. My gamer instincts are kicking in. Fuck.
It's upon us, the reunion, when worlds merge.
This is fucking amazing, man. I love how they already showed Vincent off. What's happening here, man? A bunch of crazy stuff. Yeah, so that's the whirlwind that signifies the splitting of timelines.
The reunion, when worlds merge.
Okay, so this is probably going to be part 2 of the crazy rift between timelines fight that you have with Sephiroth. I think Cloud and Sephiroth are going to go back in there, and they're going to continue their battle.
I'm waiting.
I don't know. This is a perfect trailer. This is a perfect trailer, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, February 29. Thank God it's not a leap year. Or wait, is it a leap year when it's 28 days or when it's when it's not 28 days? Okay, so opposite. Thank goodness that this is not a normal year and that this game comes out on February 29. That's pretty fucking hilarious. So yeah, it is a leap year, right? I just realized, yeah, fuck. They're like more than 28 days in 2024. So thank goodness that's a leap year. It's every 4 years. I just realized. And the last one was 2020. That was 2016, 2012. That is pretty fucking funny that they're releasing this on the 29th to make us go, oh my god, thank fucking god, they're more than 28 days and this game comes out on a day, you know? The most anticipated game ever. That's pretty amazing on 2 discs. PS5, Square Enix. Did they not show this stuff? The collector's edition, man. I need this shit in my life. This is going in my background. My little Hardy Daytona Cloud is going to have a new companion. Abso-frickin-lutely. Oh my god, that's the cover art for the game? They didn't show this in the actual state of play. Oh my god, this is so amazing. Got the art book, they got the steel book, and then they got the... Wait, reversible cover. So there are 2 different ones. So there's like the basic ass black one. That's boring. And then they got this beautiful ass one with Zack, Cloud, Sephiroth. Ooh, that cover art is fucking sexy, man. This is the statue that that is real this time. I ordered something like this of a Sephiroth statue not long ago, and it was like a total rip-off scam. But now it's real this time. But I can't admittedly go into this with, you know, not having any sort of war flashbacks whatsoever to that time I got ripped off. So there's a tiny bit of fear, but more excitement than anything. This is amazing. I'm finally getting a legit Sephiroth statue. We're getting the collector's edition, man. God help me, I'm getting the collector's edition. Like, these are the only 3 games I will ever get the collector's editions of in my entire lifetime. I don't think I'm going to get a collector's edition for any other games. These are the only 3 games that matter, that I am ascribing value to as an optimistic nihilist, that I need to get a collector's edition for. Digital Twin Pack, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Oh, this is great. So, the pre-order bonus, that's so cute. So, what is that? Oh, I guess like a couple of accessories and summons? Oh my god, the pot summon, the pot-led dude. Forgot about this guy. Yeah, and he was in Crisis Core as well. Was he a summon in OG FF7? I forget. He probably was, right? We got a closer look at these. This is so good. This is so good. This is so amazing. PS5 exclusive, baby. This is the only reason I own a PS5, ladies and gents. Sorry, what's that? Spider-Man 2? Spider-Man who? Who's Spider-Man? No. This is the game you got to go out and buy a PS5 for. So yeah. While you guys do that, I'm going to casually waltz away from the stream now and think about stuff. Think about the literal greatest 3 minutes and 15 seconds that we just witnessed in my entire life. Probably for the rest of the day and the rest of the week. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gents, for joining me today. I really do appreciate it, right? It means a lot to me. I do know that, and thank you for putting up with me and my crazy fanboy ass, right? Because I know that a lot of people in the chat probably are not Final Fantasy VII fans at all, right? Or maybe you're Final Fantasy VII fans, but you might not be this enthusiastic about it, right? But I just can't help it. I cannot contain my excitement when there's anything and everything Final Fantasy VII related that I have to witness. So I want to just thank you guys for tuning in. Anyone who might still be here, you know, putting up with my craziness. So thank you guys so much. I know we had whatever today. Number One Pickle, Jay, thank you guys very, very much. I'm probably going to the stream right now. I just wanted to do a short one where we checked out the state of play together. We got a solid hour of that and checking out the trailer for Final Fantasy VII again. I'm definitely going to upload the reaction and this analysis to YouTube. And if there's like any follow-up type stuff that I want to do for it, I'll be sure to post that as well on YouTube tomorrow. But next couple hours, definitely anticipate the immediate reaction to this. So stay tuned for that, and I will be back probably tomorrow or the day after for more of the games that we're playing. Probably going to be Armored Core 6 or Sea of Stars. We'll see, but I'll keep you guys posted. Until then, guys, thank you so much. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, keep on keeping on.